This is the yellow dot with yet another true crime story. This is the story of Darlie Routier, the mother who was tried and convicted of killing 2 of her 3 children. Make of this video what you will. But whatever you do, please click that subscribe button, and click that notification bell, so you won't miss another video. On Thursday the 6th of June 1996, in Roulette, Texas, at 2:31 a.m., Darlie Routier called 911 and reported that an intruder had broken into her house and stabbed herself and 2 of her children who were sleeping with her in the downstairs living room of the family home, while her husband Darren, who was 28, and her youngest child Drake were sleeping in an upstairs bedroom. Within minutes the police arrived and began processing the scene. They noticed that a window screen in the garage had been cut, but they failed to find any obvious evidence of an intruder. When the paramedics entered the home, they found her son Devin, aged 6, was pronounced dead at the scene, while her other son, Damon, aged 5, would die of his injuries before reaching the hospital. Darlie explained to police that she had gotten into the habit of sleeping downstairs because the baby's crib was in the master bedroom, and when the baby moved, it would disturb her sleep. On the night of the attack, she said that she was asleep in the living room with Darren and Damon when she felt a nudge on her shoulder. As she opened her eyes, she saw a stranger wearing dark clothing with a baseball cap leaning over her. She said that the attacker made a move to escape from the house, and as she followed him she tread on some broken glass in the kitchen. She then decided to turn on a light, and after doing so she noticed a white-handled knife on the floor. It was at this stage that she realized that she was covered in blood. She then reached out and picked up the knife as the attacker made his escape through the door in the garage. She said that she then dropped the knife and yelled upstairs to awaken her husband. It was at this stage that she dialed 911.
911, what is your emergency? Ma'am? What? Who did? Hang on. Hang on, ma'am. Hello, medical emergency, 681 Eagle Drive. Ma'am, I'm trying to get an ambulance to you. Hang on a minute. My baby's forgot. What's going on, ma'am? Oh, my God. I know medical emergency 580 attention 901 medical emergency. Maybe possible stabbing 5801 Eagle Drive by 238 South Street, Linda Benson, Northwood, coming out 232. Stand by, car sent. Hey. Oh my God. Maybe that's going towards 601 Eagle Drive, 5801 Eagle Drive. Just left if you on the phone. Hold on. The child has been stabbed. Ma'am, I need you to calm down and talk to me. What? 1501 Eagle? Ma'am, listen to me. I need you to... Oh my God. Can you take the radio clip? Yes. Ma'am, I need you to talk to me. Ma'am, I can't understand you. You're going to have to slow down, calm down, and talk to me. What is going on? Somebody's keeping them all sleeping. Me and my little boys are sleeping downstairs. Stand there, baby. Stand there. Look up. I was trying. We ran out to the garage. Turn those down. My babies are dying. They're dead. Oh, my God. Down the phone. Oh, my God. Just that dog one. Hold on, honey. Hold on. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Ma'am, who's there with you? Ma'am. What? Is there anybody in the house besides you and your children? My husband, he's just right downstairs. He's helping me, but he's dying. Oh, my God. Okay. How many little boys? Is it 2 boys? Okay, listen to me. Calm down. Go Ma'am, how old are your boys? What? How old are your boys? No. Okay. Oh my God! Oh my God! Calm down, can you? Oh my God! Your name, Darlie? Yes. You want to put that down? Yes, please. God, they're taking forever. There's nobody in your head. You don't know who this is? My baby, oh my God. They left the knife laying up. There's a knife. Don't touch anything. I already touched it. Who's out there? Anybody out there? I don't know. Okay, ma'am, listen. There's a police officer. Your front door. Is your front door unlocked? Yes, ma'am. Listen, okay. Very cleaning. If I don't get in here, they're going to bad. My God, they're dead. Please. Okay, is 82 out on Eagle? Huh? That Eagle. What Eagle? My God, hurry. 82, you out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Why would they do this? What do you say? Why would they do this? Okay, listen, ma'am. You need to let the officers in the front door, okay? What? Ma'am? What? You need to let the police officers in the front door. The knife was laying over there and I already picked it up. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. We got the press, baby. Ma'am, hang on a second. We walked in here and did it, Dad. Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is the police officer there? Okay, go talk to him, okay? Yes, that's okay. Go talk to him, baby. Okay?
In this call she made reference to the fact that she had picked up the knife, stating that we could have gotten prints from that. This recording was later used against her in court. It was suggested that she had only said this to cover up the fact that she was the murderer. Darlie had moderate to severe injuries, one of which was a knife wound that slashed her neck, stopping only 2 millimeters short of her carotid artery. But there are some accounts that say that her injuries were only superficial. Either way, she underwent surgery at the hospital. At about 6 o'clock that morning, police interviewed Darlie at the hospital, but she could not give a description of the intruder. At around the same time that Darlie was being interviewed by police, a so-called crime scene consultant attended the house and very quickly determined that there had been no intruder. This determined the course of the investigation. The police in this case didn't entertain the possibility that an intruder had entered the home. Instead, they formed the opinion from the outset that Darlie was responsible. She was arrested on the 18th of June and indicted on the 28th of June. The trial started on the 6th of January 1997. The prosecution maintained that she was suffering from depression and that she murdered her boys for the insurance money in order to maintain her lavish lifestyle. They didn't prove this, but then again, they didn't have to. It is not necessary to prove a motive. It was also stated at trial that her wounds were self-inflicted. With regard to the window in the garage, it was stated by the prosecution that the dust around the window frame was not disturbed, thus making it implausible that an intruder entered this way. But there was also a demonstration conducted by the defense that it was possible to come and go through the window without disturbing any dust. One crucial aspect of the defense case was the bloody sock found outside the house. While the police contended that this was merely a ruse designed to falsely implicate an intruder had fled the scene, the defense contended that it proved Routier could not have committed the crime. Damon was alive when the paramedics arrived on the scene, and the medical examiner testified that the boy could only have survived approximately 8 minutes after receiving his injuries. Routier was on the phone with 911 for almost 6 minutes. The defense argued that this did not leave enough time for Routier to cut herself, stage the crime scene, plant the sock outside the house, and then returned before the paramedics arrived. They also stated that, despite her injuries, Routier's blood was not found in the garage, or anywhere outside the home. The prosecution countered that Routier could have planted the sock before self-inflicting her own injuries, and the medical examiners stated survival time for Damon after he was stabbed was only an estimation. On February 1 of February 1997, Routier was convicted of murdering Damon. On February 4, she was sentenced to death by lethal injection. Although there are aspects of the evidence that point to the guilt of Darlie, it must also be said that there are certain aspects of this case that lead to a reasonable doubt. But to this day her conviction stands. This is the yellow dot. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you will never miss a video. We hope to see you again soon.